Ahoy, hoy, my friends, and welcome back to a live version of Disney News and Review here at Chip and Company. Let me introduce you to everybody and get things started because we got a lot to cover and not a lot of time. So, below me, Mr. Chip Confer, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I feel like the Brady Bunch, with these four squares. Does it does it look like the Brady Bunch?
We definitely need to find a fifth person for the center square.
Yeah, like Alice right over there in the middle.
Who do you want to be Alice next time? Now we're wasting time already. We just started and we are wasting time.
We'll get Sarah in here. She could be Alice.
Sarah, there we go. We have a middle square. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. To my left, Miss Caitlyn Hogenkamp. Caitlyn Hogenkamp. I don't know why I just spit that out. So
You're
this
fine.
is how this is going tonight. I found out that we were going live 5 minutes. I thought we were recording. Caitlyn, it is great to have you back. You are our entertainment correspondent here at Chip and Company. You, along with Kevin, do an amazing job with entertainment. Thank you so much for being back with us full time.
Yeah, I'm more than excited to be back. And now we get to chat about all sorts of stuff today. So I'm really excited.
This is
And
going
you
to
have
be
a new
amazing.
screen, don't you?
I do. I've got a new setup. So you see a little more of my backdrop. And now you can see the second nerd shelf over there to my left. Yeah, so let's see if you can see any Easter eggs.
And then down in the bottom left-hand corner, as always, Marc Valentine, DisLife podcast, my friend. Thank you so much for coming on 2 weeks in a row here at Chip and Company.
Thank you again for having me, guys. I just have to say, if we're doing the Brady Bunch, can I get dibs on Marcia, please?
Marcia.
Marcia.
Wait. What do you mean dibs on? I was going to let that pass and be like, we're not going to. What do you mean dibs on Marcia? Because now I'm interested.
She's the best.
She is the best. Okay, we are going to start off this week on Disney News in Review with Magic Kingdom. Marc, you are going to be my park expert this week, as we have talked pre-show. Awesome. So we're going to start off with, we have brand new ears in the park with a new mini ears, Mickey Pretzel ears.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to be salty right now at the Magic Kingdom. They have Mickey Pretzel mini ears. Very confusing, but very fashionable. These amazing ears finally arrived. They match, obviously, the Spirit jersey, but the mini ears are from Loungefly. They have this same design as the Mickey waffle. So people continue to clamor for these designs. Love the charm, love the stuff. They're supposed to also be scented. So there you go.
Are they scented?
But they smell good.
I absolutely stuck my nose into the whole rack of ears as a crazy person trying to figure out if the scent was there. I did not smell anything. I'm wondering if they are more of a scratch and sniff. I do not know. Hello, Mike Beachman. Thank you so much. Maria, thank you. Betsy, all you guys. Holly, I see you out there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Back doing a live show. Okay.
Vlogger arrested for sniffing ears at Magic Kingdom. News at 11.
It wouldn't be. I was about to say it wouldn't be the first time, but I'm like, wait, would it be the first time? Rumor has it, Bippity Boppity Boutique is possibly reopening soon, Marc.
Yeah, I mean, big fan of Bippity Boppity Boutique. As many of you know, there's a few locations of the Bippity Boppity Boutique. The most famous one is at the Magic Kingdom, one at Disney Springs, and then, of course, over at Disney Grand California. And I have Disneyland on the brain. Grand Floridian Resort. We love this. My daughter absolutely has loved this. We have done it twice. An amazing experience, a must-do for your princes and princesses in your family. That it's a great way for your kids to get into the full Disney magical spirit. So no news as to when that's going to be yet, but eagle-eyed moms and dads have been really looking at that and earmarking that as must-do and excited that that's coming back.
It's going to be on the Disney Wish, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm very
Marc,
excited. That's something I can't wait to bring my daughter to.
That's what I was about to ask. So, Marc, you have a daughter. Has she done Bippity Boppity Boutique, or are you looking forward to taking her there?
So we have done it twice. So both times she was dressed up a la Ariel. She is a huge Ariel fan.
Caitlyn, what is your daughter? She is getting to that age where she's going to want to go.
She is.
What is she going to dress? What is she going to dress as? What princess is holds her heart?
Right now, it's a dead tie between between Rapunzel, Elsa, and Anna. So we'll see.
We shall see. I am hoping to get over there and become a prince myself. Maybe I can get the haircut and then become a prince, get a little pixie dusted while I'm over there. Or is that just weird and creepy? That may be just weird and creepy.
Listen, everyone can do with a little faith, trust, and pixie dust, my friend.
I am with you. And who needs it more than me?
We all need a little pixie dust nowadays.
So Magic Kingdom, there's not a ton of news going on over there, which is fine. I mean, we do have obviously Tron construction going on. We have the trains maybe coming back. We're going to hit all that stuff between the podcast and the news coming up.
Listen
We
to the
also
podcast. We
have-
mentioned that. We mentioned
We
all the
do
park
mention
visits.
it. And you can get that right on the Chip and Company Facebook page. Right at the top is the podcast. Give a listen. Maybe you guys will enjoy it. We hope so. Chip and I get to play Chip and Greg and have a good time. That's the best way of putting it.
Dumb guy and dumb
over-
guy.
Dumb guy and dumb guy. It is us just being us. I love doing it with Chip. It's so much fun. I love doing the podcast with Chip.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Well, speaking of snacks, we
Thank you, Caitlyn. Oh, speaking of snacks, over at Summerfest in the Germany Pavilion, Mark, there is a new. Speaking of pretzels,
No, we missed the Easter snacks.
did we? Oh, we missed the Easter snack. Oh, we
We've got to
can't
go
miss
back
Easter
to the
snack.
Big Top souvenirs. Yeah.
We have to go back. Have you seen the new bunny butt? It is amazing on many levels. It's basically a Mickey ear that has been turned upside down. A tail has been put on it. It is now a bunny's buttocks. And it's brilliant. I am amused by this on many levels. Mark, are you looking forward to buying a bunny butt?
Yeah. We'll keep it family friendly. Yeah. Why not? Why not? There's a first time for everything. So let's indulge and have bunny tail.
That's
All
good marketing. I mean, it's the ears flipped upside down.
It's brilliant. It really is. And we were in our chat earlier. Somebody had mentioned, oh, somebody at Disney must have been working backstage and was just like, let's just flip the butt of Mickey ear upside down and put a tail on it. That's brilliant. You are hired. You get a raise. Let's move you up to Jill. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us tonight. I've lost all control.
Are we going to see other
already.
butts now?
I hope so. Imagine
Other
seeing
butt
us.
treats?
I'm good with it.
telling you,
We need a Donald Duck tail. That's
That's exactly what I was gonna say. We need the Donald Duck tail now with little chocolate webbed feet.
and when you eat
Do a
it,
little
you
Phil
can,
Har
say,
magic with it.
you can go DuckTales. Ooh.
Life is
Yes.
like a hurricane. It's
Yeah.
okay. Yes. I was trying to think of other things that we could do. I don't
He
like.
was busy thinking about other butts.
This is why I host this, because I just lose all control the whole time. I knew this was going to be amusing tonight. So thank you guys so much for sticking with us. This is amazing. I love doing this live. You never know what's going to happen. So now we can move over to Epcot, Mark, and talk about the new pretzel bread.
Yeah, let's talk about the pretzel bread pudding from Summerfest over at Epcot's Germany Pavilion. Brand new pretzel bread available in Epcot. It's delightful, available at the Summerfest counter, which is, as many of you know, over at Epcot's Germany Pavilion. The pretzel bread costs $4.79 plus tax. When you cut it open, it gives you a better idea of what's in it. It has a subtle taste, it obviously is a very strong bread pudding, not overpowering with the pretzel. But I mean, again, this shows you the creative cuisine that you get constantly over at Epcot. This is one that I've got to get over there. I might even fly down just for this.
Kevin said it was really good.
Kevin said it was amazing tasting, and I can't wait. Especially if you like bread pudding, this is really good. Mark, maybe I will package one up. It'll be your little treat while you're starving yourself for the next race.
Yeah, dude. No, I'm jumping on a Spirit flight down to get this bread pudding. Let's go.
Yeah.
You're brave.
Returning to Epcot this month, at the end of this month for Easter, is going to be the scavenger hunt. That's actually really good news here in that.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
so
it's
excited to hear about that.
yeah, it's a fan favorite. The Egg Extravaganza Easter egg hunt is returning to Epcot
And Disneyland.
and Disneyland, part of the
Same day.
Flower and Garden Festival that's going on right now. It's set to return on March 31st. And then at Disneyland Resort at March 31st, the price of the Easter egg extravaganza usually runs around $10, like $9.99. We're hearing the word from many that the eggs are now over in Epcot. They're unsure if the prizes will be eggs like in the past, but you can pick up, and the redemption locations should fall in line with the Spike the Bee scavenger hunt. But
That's
keep an
right.
eye out. Keep an eye
Right.
out on that.
On the scavenger hunt, the Spike the Bee, didn't the things, the sandwich things, didn't those just come in recently?
They literally just came in
Yeah.
within the last 10 days. So they were still doing Festival of the Holidays, giving out the Olaf plates.
So
So yeah, this could be another one of those. Maybe they have them in line and why they finally announced it. Because it took them a long time to announce it. They normally don't announce something a week beforehand, especially something that big. Caitlyn, your daughter is to the age of being able to do stuff, and you've actually lived down here. Have you ever done the scavenger hunt the Easter time or been out there for the Easter bunny?
So we have seen the Easter Bunny. We have not met with him, obviously, with our daughter yet. Just because with COVID and everything, we haven't done the big trip yet to Disney World with her, which that's on the list. But one of the things that was really nice is when I would work at the resorts and the parks, there's still always like these little magical moments that you got to create. And a lot of people don't know at the resorts. I don't know if they're doing this because of staffing right now. But around the holidays, for the different holidays, we would do things like at Easter, we would do an Easter egg hunt, like, on the lawns at the resorts, and that you could volunteer to help out with those kind of events. It was something that was just a little nice for some extra magic for the families that were staying at the resorts. So
That is awesome.
I've
Speaking
seen
of
it at the
positivity,
boardwalk.
yep, at Boardwalk they do that. I believe also over at the Grand Floridian they do a little bit. It just kind of depends. You got to catch it at the right time.
speaking of positive news, we just got word that the cultural representative program is returning to Epcot, which I am blown away and happy to see that they come back from different countries. It adds an authenticity to Epcot. Marc, when was the last time you were here at Epcot? You were here while
We were there right before closure. We had just wrapped up a trip. And this is one of my favorite things about the World Showcase is to see the cultural representation, and it really does add an authenticity to the World Showcase. Listen, kudos and claps to the cast members who have manned the stations and really have done an amazing job in keeping the World Showcase lively. But there's just something special and magical about having the peoples of these places represent the pavilions themselves. So I cannot wait for this to get started again. Like one of the most exciting things that came out of the last few days for news for me.
Yeah, blown away by it. Again, Caitlyn, as a former cast member, what's it mean to you? Like, especially seeing probably some of your friends that are coming back to work.
Yeah, so I gotta say, I'm so excited for my international Ohana that we're gonna be able to see them back in the parks. They have an opportunity to return here to the place that they love, reconnect with people, share what's been going on in their lives. And I mean, the internships and programs was one of the highlights of my life. It's the whole like glory days things. You don't realize that you're in it till later, and you look back, and I have friends now from around the world that I never would have met if I didn't have that opportunity, or they didn't open up for international students to come in. And it's just been great. Like, I have friends in Australia, I've got friends in the UK, friends in Brazil. I would not have that anywhere else if it wasn't for this program. So I can't wait to see what happens when they bring everybody back in, and just really get to see how they impact the parks as well. Because it really is, it adds a whole new level to the immersion when you get to go and you actually can talk to people about where they're from.
100% agree with you. 100%. So that's why I threw it to you, because I knew you would be able to express those opinions way better than I could. Jill says, I love being able to talk to cast members who are from other countries and talk to them about their favorite things in their country. If I expand the culture somehow. I agree, Jill. Thank you so much for that comment. Let's move over to Animal Kingdom. Just a few things going on over there. It looks like Finding Nemo is casting for Big Blue and Beyond. Mark, what's
Not
going on
really a
there?
stretch on the name.
Yeah,
Okay.
casting call went out. As we know now, like it has been announced, a new Finding Nemo musical or reworked Finding Nemo musical is coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom. The new show was announced last fall. It's supposed to debut later this year, but Disney put out a casting call. You can go and check out what I would say is, without going further into them, you can go and check out the types and builds, see if you qualify for one of these. I personally, I would like to go for Crush, 20s, 30s, laid back, fun loving surfer turtle dude, wise old father, and the ability to rock.
I loved the description on some of those. And then all of a sudden in my head, I'm like, in a big blue world, just gets stuck in my head. That's what happened to me while I was reading that. My brain started singing the song from Finding Nemo, the ride over at seas.
Back in the day, I actually auditioned for that, and I got a call back for Nemo. I didn't
wow.
make it, obviously, but I did.
I
It
am
was-
one
it was
step
great.
away from Nemo. Is that what you're telling me?
No,
I'm
I
sitting
wish.
here
I wish.
one
It
step
was
from
right
Nemo.
before. It was right before the strikes in 2014, and they wound up. It was when they canceled the show for like 6 weeks while they were figuring that out. I didn't hear back after that, unfortunately.
I feel like you have to redo a little part of that audition right now.
It'd be fun.
Oh God.
Not to put you on the spot.
Yeah,
Come
not
on.
to put you on the spot or anything.
It's only been like 8 years. It's fine.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I'm trying to think. I can't think off the top of my head.
We're gonna have to practice that for now. Caitlyn's she's got party tricks. Mark, she has
Mhm.
recited
don't-
many
yeah.
different things for
Yeah,
us.
I've been in Candlelight. I've done all sorts of stuff.
She's it's the hostess with the mostest. Okay, Earth Day celebration is coming over to Animal Kingdom. Mark, what's going on with Earth Day 2022?
So this one, I'm going to kick it back to you because I don't know what happened in my copy and paste job. It didn't work its way into my outline. So I'm going to kick this one back over to
That's
you.
okay, because I can stall long enough for the thing to load up on my webpage while I'm sitting here talking. And what's amazing is it just is taking forever to load. Any other
Look
day
at
of the
those
week,
cupcakes.
this would have
Wow,
already been
those are
loaded.
good.
It's Earth.
Man, have
Earth
you
Day.
seen the bunny butt?
Yeah.
Now you want me to like break
Okay,
that into not
Earth
my
Day
dad.
celebration is happening 2022. This when we need Caitlyn. Here it is. Okay, Earth Day celebration is a week long over at Animal Kingdom. They are going to have delectable treats. The cupcakes are back. They have a Wally and Eva photo pass that you can do, which I can't wait for. The flamingo cupcake, which is like strawberry compote, is actually coming back this year. They also have announced a new bee cupcake. You can share the magic and join them April 18th to the 24th on Happy 24th Earth Day from Disney's Animal Kingdom. That's how you get through that one. Moving on to Hollywood Studios.
Man, that writer of that
I
article was pretty darn good. Yeah, whoever that was.
That writer, that was written by our one and only Chip Convert. Chip, thank you for that article. It was phenomenal. I was able to read off, and look, it was like we were having a conversation.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the things I really love about our site. We get that compliment a lot. Everyone says it's like we are having a conversation with you about what's going on, and that's a high compliment to me.
Yeah.
I want it to feel like a conversation.
We talked about that last week on the podcast, Caitlyn, and I was just about to mention the same thing. Is I've had a few people come up and go, we love reading Chip & Co. because it feels like you're telling me what's going on. I'm sitting there across the way having a conversation with you. So I'm just able to read that off how Chip did it. And I mean, we learn from the top down around here. And so we appreciate that was a good article,
I'm so
Chip.
glad that my Harvard education is really paying off.
Why do I feel like you didn't go to Harvard? I mean, maybe state college, community college. Chip, what'd you do?
No, I went to Harvard University.
I've been there on campus myself.
Yeah. I didn't say I went there, like went to school there. But I've been there.
You got the T-shirt.
I went to Harvard and got the T-shirt. All right,
How
moving.
you like these
over
apples?
You like apples?
What just happened here?
Goodwill Hunting.
I know it's Goodwill Hunting. I didn't expect everyone to start quoting Goodwill Hunting.
You make a Harvard joke. Where else are you going to go with that? Of course you're going to.
You can the only other one you can go with is Gilmore Girls, and we're not going to go there right now.
Oh, Holly just perked up, man. You just
Hey.
mentioned Gilmore Girls. Oh, yeah. Lorelai and Rory, we can talk the whole time. Let's go. And besides, yeah. Anyway,
Next topic.
Young. Is that what that was?
I don't know.
How about
How about
now that we're talking about universities, let's talk about The Professor.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that a movie?
No, oh man, Indiana Jones. Come on.
Oh,
You don't have the I love you eyeshadow on?
She
No.
literally just did the
Jones.
best segue we have had in a long time.
Yeah, that was too good for me.
We dropped that segue.
Too
Caitlyn.
classy.
Did
for
you
this
drop
show.
the ball?
We dropped the ball.
We dropped. Oh, see,
Oh.
now we're all on the same page. This new show is going to heck. Hollywood Studios, Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. We do have a few time changes going on with this one, right, Marc?
Yes. So Indiana Jones is changing their times again, probably just because of the season and the fact that it is summer. But previously, the show times were listed at 10:45, 12, 1:15, 3:15, and 4:30. Now it shows that there is no more 4:30 p.m. show. That show time has been moved to the early evening and will start at 6:30 p.m. So
that
don't
sounds
fret.
like a really well-written article there, doesn't it? Like it
Really,
was
great job.
informative. Thank you so much. I learned from the best.
Hey,
That's
the good news is, Greg, whenever you need it, I can drop you a vine.
Wow. That was good. That's punny. That was
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, you roped me in with that joke, Caitlyn.
I would hook, line, and sinker.
That's okay. You can tip your hats to me. It's fine.
Thank you. All right. Let's continue at Hollywood Studios and finish up inside the parks. The walls, the construction walls outside of Midway Mania, Toy Story Midway Mania have come down. We talked about this earlier. It is one of my most hated rides in Disney World because I come out of there with my wrist hurts, my hand hurts, my eyes hurt, my back hurts because I can't let my children win at anything. I need to beat them at everything that I do in life so they feel like they've accomplished something when they finally beat dad. I'm not the best parent I ever said. I'm not the worst parent. I'm just so Marc, what's going on over there?
Yeah, I mean, it's about time that a lot of these construction walls are finally coming down on that area. I don't have an exact date, but it seems like it's been a really long time that area has been worked on. Very exciting to see that the construction is finally coming to an end. It is a popular area and well-traveled area of the park, so I think that as things are starting to shape up over there, I think a lot of people will be really happy with the new ambiance of sorts.
Thank you so much. So that takes us out of the parks, guys. We are going to the resort now. And this is going to be a great transition because I'm going to transition through Marc to Caitlyn for Caitlyn to finish out in the entertainment news. Let's see if I can keep my volleyball up in the air. I'm just being honest in case all my eggs fall down. I don't know where I went from volleyballs to eggs. In my head, it worked. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry.
Moving on.
Anyway,
hotel.
all right.
Can
So
you tell we're
parks and
not scripted?
resorts. We are not scripted, and normally we spend the afternoon going over the show. We did not have a lot of time to do that. But the great thing is the people that are around me, Caitlyn, Chip, and Marc, know what's going on, so I can throw to them. Caitlyn, I'm going to go to you on this one. Apparently, the final Disney World resort that has been closed is reopening this Thursday. Again, as a cast member, what are you looking forward to on that? Because it is an AllStar, correct?
It is. So it looks like we've got AllStar Sports is going to be returning finally, and they were going through some major renovations as well. So that's part of the delay with this as well. It's great to see that these things are opening back up. I know there's rumors some other resorts that might be going down a little bit for some construction. We'll see if that comes to fruition. But I don't think we've got any official on that quite yet.
Yeah.
but
And Marc,
it's really
returning
exciting to see this.
also, we have the minivans are returning. So we have two things big time returning.
Yeah, so the minivans are back. Disney minivans from Lyft are making a return this summer to Walt Disney World. This news was broken on Walt Disney Parks TikTok. At this time, they haven't given an exact date or details that have been revealed. So we'll just stay tuned as we get closer to the opening or the reopening of these amazing Disney transportation offerings. But fans of the minivans are, again, very excited. Every single time you would go past Epcot, you would see that they were still on property. So we constantly held out hope that the service would be returning, and lo and behold, we're being rewarded for our patience.
Yeah, they were all over the Epcot parking lot. I mean, you just did Run Disney last month, so did they move them out for that, or were they still just parked right there?
No,
Because
they were
that's kind of
parked.
a lot.
Yeah, they were parked right there. You ran by them, like right in that first leg of the 5K. Well, of all the races, but they were right there, front and center. It was cool to run by them.
I bet. Chip, you've done stuff down here. Do you think they leave the keys in the car there?
No, but I just imagine the oil in those things. It probably needs change pretty bad.
Yeah,
After sitting there for 2 years.
it's Disney. They're going to take care of it. We all know. I mean, those lifts are fun. I mean, and one thing I do want to mention is if you have a full family, they do make sure their car seats are available. I think 2 car seats, if you need them, are available for the lifts. There is trunk space to put in a stroller. So they also have handicap accessible ones. So if anybody has a motorized vehicle or a wheelchair, it is able to use the minivan service. So I just want to make sure people understand that.
I like the music in there.
Aren't they
They have
playing?
Nice touch. Mhm.
Yeah, having the Disney music the whole time. I don't think my Sirius XM has gone off of the Disney Channel while I live down here. Yeah, Caitlyn, theme park hours looks like they're extending them. Is it just this time of year?
I mean, it's that time of year. We're starting to get into the warmer months, which
That
means
time
warmer
of year.
nights. We're getting into the warmer months, so in summer, we like to extend the park hours in the mornings and in the evenings, so that way you can enjoy more of the magic. And so I'm super excited for that because, like I said, I should be coming out in October, and they're usually still open pretty late in the evenings in October. So I'm very, very excited for that. That's also a good sign too, because that means that, staffing's up a bit.
Mhm.
We're not having to worry as much about filling in those hours. We can still enjoy the attractions for even longer. So you're not having to race to everything right away in the morning in order to enjoy it. You have the day. Spread it out, enjoy it, have fun, stay hydrated, and definitely make sure that you're keeping up with your snacks.
I'm so happy that they are staying open later. That means that I can go over to the parks and stay later. I can go after I have dinner at home and enjoy the nighttime over there. So I'm personally, as the person who lives here, I'm really, really excited for this. Now, hopefully I did this correctly and got this article to Marc because you...
Wait, hold on, Greg. You recognize this picture right here?
Oh, let me see.
Because your head is in Holly's ears are in it. I took that the last time we were at Epcot.
Is it? Yeah.
one?
You made a comment about it, so I decided to use it in an article.
Oh, thanks.
Aww.
You don't even remember. It's when you lost your car.
Dude,
I didn't lose. Whoa. Let's back
You
this
lost
one
your
up.
car.
I didn't lose my car. I went 2 rows too far because I was looking at the poles coming. I lost my car.
So fun fact for anyone, because I worked main entrance operations. I've done everything at Disney, I swear. So there's numbers at the end of your row, and then I always recommend take a picture of the number and take a picture of the lot, depending on which park you're in. I know for Animal Kingdom and for Magic Kingdom, they usually have the name next to the row because those are larger lots. But take a picture. Trust me, it will help when you've been in the sun all day and you go out to your car and you're not having to play the "Is That My Beeper" game.
You just described my
you
whole
lost
life,
your car.
Caitlyn. Lost my car. Dead silence.
But cast members will be happy to help. Just don't be afraid to ask.
Right. Hey, okay. Okay. So I'm trying to get away from this. Marc, I think I lined this up perfectly to talk to you about this. You are going to Disneyland in a few weeks. Chip and I had a long conversation on a podcast recently about whether this was going to make a return or not. I said no way until heck freezes over. Are we ever going to see this again? Heck obviously froze over. Hyperspace Mountain is coming back to Disneyland. Are you excited for this?
yes, this is the culmination of my being. It is my first trip to Disneyland. I am a Star Wars fanatic, and I get the Star Wars overlay at Space Mountain. Many of you know Disneyland Resort occasionally gives an overlay to Space Mountain. Next month, guests that are visiting Disneyland get to experience Hyperspace Mountain, which is a Star Wars overlay for the attraction. Starting on April 29th, Space Mountain becomes Hyperspace Mountain for a very limited time. It will close on the 28th to make the switch and then reopen the very next day. So the Disneyland website says Hyperspace Mountain as hurtle through hyperspace while dodging furious dogfights through this high-speed Star Wars adventure. I am freaking out. When that came out, I like audibly gasped.
Greg's head is about to explode because he wants to do this.
I so want to be out there.
Oh, I can't even begin to tell you how jealous I am.
Of the
I just want
lightsaber.
to play out my my
yeah.
lightsaber again. Sorry.
He's
I
getting
just-
his money's worth.
I am.
How was
I
the
haven't put it
line for
down.
that lightsaber? Was it really long?
It was. They did a virtual queue.
Okay.
And they ended up going up to 300 and then stopping the line. But I was at number 145, and it took 2.5 hours to get through it.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was people really wanted it. It was in demand. We will talk about that more next week on Disney News. Okay, big news on the parks and resorts. This is actually one of those wonderful things that I'm really happy to have come. I've never experienced it, and it is the one show that I've always wanted to see. Caitlyn, Hoopty Doo Review has a return date.
It does, and I'm so excited. So for anybody who's never been to the show, if you love dinner theater, this is a must-do when you are at Walt Disney World. And I gotta say, the food is phenomenal, but the show is what makes it great. So if you guys can manage to squeeze it in, I highly recommend it. I believe it. Well, what was the date? It's this June, so we've got a lot
23rd.
coming this summer. But definitely make sure to get your reservations in.
Have you, Chip? Have you ever done Hoopty Doo?
I have, and I actually met the cast and hung out with them for a little bit.
Look at you being a little groupie to
Wow.
Hoopty Doo. Look at you. Did you
Well,
have
they
a
were
little
like-
cowboy? You had a cowboy hat on, didn't you?
No,
You had a really
were-
small cowboy hat
they
on.
were outside waiting, and I want to say one of my daughters, I can't remember which one, but they were really excited, and the cast was really nice to them.
Are the Hoopty Doo groupies? Are they hoopies? Is that what you call them?
Drop the mic on that one. Almost as good as Caitlyn's joke earlier.
Close.
That's definitely in the top 2 of the evening. Love Hoopty Doo. Dwayne is saying he loves Hoopty Doo Review. We have done it many times. Yeah, Dwayne, I want to hear your review of it, honestly. Kay Barone, when you were here last month, there was the most amazing cast members of Animal Kingdom that posed for every picture of the rose. Yeah, those guys are amazing over there, especially the parking ones. Those guys are like out in the sun all day. They get a little heat strokey. They become really amusing. Like they're really fun to talk to over there. So that is really nice to hear. All right, that ends the parks review. Let us move on to the specialist. But before I do, Marc, real quick before we get to the end of the show, because I used you for your news knowledge and your park knowledge. Where can people get you now? 'Cause
Yeah,
I know there's been a little change up going on.
There's a change up?
Yeah,
There's a
so
change
we
going on.
are just a little change in URL. So it's DisLife, DIS Podcast.com. And at DisLifePodcast.com, you can connect with our audio only podcast, and that drops on Wednesdays. But over at this DisLife on YouTube, we are doing DisLive, which is we're using the headlines from Chip and Co. And we're doing a little bit more editorializing and discussing the news and kind of having a little bit of a variety show. And that's every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to come and hang out with us and get a little extra dose of Chip and Co., we would always love to have you over at this DisLife.
DisLifePodcast.com. Correct? I
That
just
is
want to make sure
correct.
I get that right. I will
Yeah.
make sure that I always say that. I need
We-
somebody in our chat
Yeah,
who
we-
can drop these links. If only I had a wonderful woman who I'm married to next to me who happens to be a moderator in the chat. Could have dropped the I'm just saying. I'm
We
not saying
faced-
it out
yeah.
loud. I'm at the
Smack them,
park.
Holly. Smack them.
We wound up, long story, we wound up Facebooking it. It was just drop the. It was this DisLife podcast, and it was like just drop the this, and it's just DisLife podcast now. We simplified it.
Simplified.
So
Marc's
it's
gonna
just
stick
going to
around.
be, in like a few weeks, it's just going to be duh or
Duh.
diz.
DLP.
Every few
Who
weeks.
are you
it just
guys?
drops.
We're yeah. Every
Drops the
week,
letter.
well, yeah. Eventually, it's going to be like Duncan. We're just going to be like we're duh.
Duh.
just don't. And soon it'll be just Kin.
That's it.
Marc is going to stick around for a few minutes while
Yeah,
I
sure.
talk to Caitlyn, because Caitlyn, being the entertainment writer here at Chip and Co, her knowledge, guys, I'm not kidding. I really can't say enough about Caitlyn's knowledge for this entertainment. I am very bad with names. I know exactly what I'm trying to say. Names escape me. Caitlyn, you have a memory and know how to connect all these things. So we're going to start off on the entertainment side of news with the Academy Awards. Now, we're not going there, but it was a very interesting Academy Awards. Some very awkward things. We're not going to discuss the main thing. But on a positive note, 6 Academy Awards.
Yeah, so we're going to focus on the positive here. So Disney, or the Walt Disney Company as a whole, saw 6 wins at the Academy Awards this year. And I've got those to rattle off for you. So you can check out the full list and breakdown on chipandco.com, but we also wanted to share the highlights. So congratulations to the cast and crew of Cruella for winning Best Costume Design. The Eyes of Tammy Faye managed to snatch Best Makeup and Hairstyling. Summer of Soul won the Best Feature Documentary. We've got Encanto, which maybe not so surprisingly won Best Animated Feature Film. And then in breaking history when it comes to the Oscars, Ariana DeBose won for Best Actress in a Supporting Role for her performance in West Side Story, and she is the first openly gay female actress to have come out and be presented with the award. So that's really great for her to be able to break those glass ceilings. Yeah. And then Jessica Chastain won Best Actress in a Leading Role. So both of the highest awards when it comes at least to the actress category have taken home, and Jessica won for her performance in The Eyes of Tammy Faye. So congratulations to the cast and crews.
Yeah. Does anybody find that funny that Tammy Faye won for Best Hair and Makeup? Am I not the only one who's just...
It is brilliant. Thank you so much for putting that out there in the universe. I am soaking that one in because that is brilliant. I will say it was an interesting Oscars. I as being from Philadelphia and loving my hometown, that whole sequence that happened was the most Philadelphia thing you could have ever seen, especially with Questlove winning for the best documentary at the end of that. I thought that was well deserving. But the 5 minutes beforehand was just as Philly. So,
well, did you see on the table? they showed on the table he had a cheesesteak on the table that he was eating before.
Who, Quest?
No, Will Smith.
Oh, we're not talking about him. Anyway,
we don't
talk about Bruno now.
Well, I was going with the most Philly moment, so he had a cheesesteak on the table.
See, just the whole thing just screams Philadelphia.
Listen, he got in one small fight. He got in one small fight, and Jada got scared, and she said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know we were going there. It was like right there. I had to go for it. I had to.
I give up. Moving on, Caitlyn, please help me here.
All right, well, let's keep rolling
Disney,
with the movies here.
Yeah,
How's
let's keep
sound?
going. So it was a great Oscar year for Disney. Not as good as in the past, but still, it was a good year for Disney and Oscars. This year, we have some word on some of the movies coming out, some of their projects. What do we have going on this year, and can we look forward to any of them winning an Oscar?
So I know we've got a lot of time left over, but I don't think we quite have enough time for me to go over all 50 plus titles that are coming between 2022 and 2023, and some maybe a little bit beyond, depending on some delays that we might see coming up. But yeah, I have a comprehensive list on the Chip & Co website. I want to put that out there first and foremost, but I wanted to share some of the highlights with you. So we've got a ton of movies coming out that are going to be exclusively for Disney Plus. Some of those include Disenchanted and Hocus Pocus 2. Both of those should be coming out this fall. I know Chip is extremely excited for Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers coming out this May, on May 2nd.
That looks so good.
Caitlyn, can you do all 50 movies in 60 seconds? Can you read all 50?
Oh my Lanta, hold on. Let me... You're gonna make me do this. All right.
We are gonna. Good call on that one, Chip. I'm sitting back. I've lost all control of this show.
I issue a challenge.
Let's see. My beatboxing skills are not as good as in Turning Red, So we'll see. Let's see what I can do.
Hot beatboxing Blueberry.
You guys can just start with boots and cats, boots and cats.
Oh, now
All
we
right,
have the
hold on one
beatbox behind you?
No.
I got you covered.
I'm not from Philly. I can't do that. Hold on, it's loading.
Bow, chicka, bow. Whoa, wait, whoa. That just went weird.
We're way past the snacks, buddy. All right, let's see here. All right, so we have Avatar 2, Avatar 3, Avatar 4, Avatar 5. We have Disenchanted, Roderick Rules, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Sister Act 3, Hocus Pocus 2, Pinocchio, Three Men and a Baby Remake, Peter Pan and Wendy. We've got Night at the Museum, Common Raw Rises Again, Tinkerbell, Tron Ares, Aladdin sequel, Aladdin prequel, Cruella 2, Jungle Book 2, The Lion King 2, Pirates of the Caribbean 6, Hollywood Stargirl, The Haunted Mansion, Lightyear, Strange World, Snow White live action remake, The Little Mermaid live action remake, Hercules live action remake, Bambi CGI, let's call it as it is, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Lilo and Stitch live action remake, Robin Hood CGI, The Sword and the Stone live action, Merlin live action, Jamming, Night on Bald Mountain, Indiana Jones 5, the Taika Waititi Star Wars trilogy, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, Thor Love and Thunder, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, The Marvels, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Blade, Captain America 4, Fantastic Four, Deadpool 3. I can breathe. So that's just
I heard Avatar 2 and then I stopped listening after Avatar 2.
And
like,
that's
Avatar
just
2's
until
coming out.
December
Great.
2023. We've got, I mean, some of those Marvel titles like Captain America 4, those have not begun filming yet. That's probably going to be a 2024, 2025 film. But we wanted to make you guys aware of it because it has been announced. So
that's excellent. That's excellent. All right. That is that. Now, we'll let you breathe for a second because that was impressive.
Now.
Jared Bush. We are going to talk about Bruno for a second. Jared Bush's hints at more Encanto content may be coming.
Yeah, so he shared in a tweet recently saying that he's heard a lot of requests for more Encanto. And he said, honestly, the real decision makers are going to be down to the fans. So the more you guys call for it, the more you guys request it by Disney, the more likely they are going to take it seriously and they might create more content. There's been a lot of requests. There's been requests for more sequels to follow the original film, potentially maybe some TV series, probably for Disney Plus, as well as a stage adaptation, which I'm all for. I could the movie just basically writes itself into a musical, and I think Lynn did that on purpose. So it would be really great to see. Personally, I think the Madrigals would be a great focus for a short film series for Disney Plus, where we can kind of see the different perspectives of the family members, either before or after the story featured in the film. But what do you guys think? Would you guys like to see Encanto?
Give me more. As simple as that. I watch my daughter walk around my house singing it every single day and has since it hit Netflix or hit Disney Plus. Give me more. I mean, look, Lin-Manuel Miranda is a musical genius by that point. You do Hamilton, you come on the Encanto, was In the Heights,
Moana.
Moana.
Yeah, he's been killing it.
He's a treasure.
And he's really interested. Disney, hear me out on this because I agree with him. He's very interested in either the Sword and the Stone remake or Hercules.
No. Sword and the Stone, no. I will take it for Hercules.
I'm willing to hear him.
No, not Sword and the Stone. Come on, that's so classic.
Oh, you don't want a King Arthur Hamilton version? Oh, come on.
I did not think of it that way.
There you go.
Ooh, I am now intrigued. Thank you. Marc, you are a musical savant, should I say. You have done productions. You have done singing in a barbershop quartet. You are around New York. You are there almost every weekend. What is your opinion on this? Because I truly want to hear you're a genius when it comes to this stuff.
Living outside of the mecca of New York City and the theater hub of the world, give me all the Lin-Manuel Miranda that I can get. He's a genius. I mean, whatever the man does, I can tell you right now, I just want to be in the room where it happens. Whatever he does, I need to be there for it. I love the style with which he writes. I think he is a lyrical genius. I see that you see that go to work in Encanto, but I do agree with Caitlyn. I don't know if I'd be in for a full-fledged Encanto 2. I think it would be much like Frozen. There's some good stuff in Frozen 2, but it just does not live up to the original film for me. But the story of the Madrigals is ripe for Disney Plus shorts. So just give me like an Abuela spinoff, please.
Could we do an Encanto 1.5?
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, the Lion King 1.5 was
Does
really
it get
good.
hosted by the capybaras instead?
Please, I want that capybara to have its own show.
Oh my god, it could just be walking around the town and it could see the different Madrigals doing things. I'm for that.
All with how
You're welcome,
judgy it
Disney.
looks. He is so judgy. I love his look. Just he's judging. Yeah. Look,
Could you imagine just
Lin-Manuel
Antonio on top
Miranda-
of his Jaguar going around, just checking on the family, seeing what they're doing?
Yeah. Now I
was
can't
a-
get Alexander Hamilton out of my head. Thank you both. That'll be stuck there for the next month.
I just did like a 6-miler to Hamilton yesterday on the treadmill, and I just was listening to Hamilton.
If you're not pumped from that soundtrack, you're listening to it wrong.
The problem I would have in my house is I would start singing to it and then start dancing to it while I was trying to run to it. And I think at some point I would break an arm to it.
In my life, I have had the best days of my life was obviously when you get married, the birth of my daughter, and then when I won the Hamilton lottery and I got to sit front row in Hamilton for $20. In that order.
jelly.
In that order.
You know what? That's acceptable. Okay, moving on to Marvel. Caitlyn, we have Black Panther news, Wakanda Forever. We finally are getting some hard facts about what's going on over there.
Yes, so Black Panther Wakanda Forever has finally finished filming after several delays. So we've seen delays for various reasons. Obviously, COVID restrictions was a big one. There were on-set injuries, including the most notable coming from Letitia Wright, which we still aren't fully aware of the extent of her injuries. We know they were more severe than they were initially reported. Unfortunately, we still don't know what that fully was. One of the great things about this, though, is that we're also going to be introduced to Riri Williams, aka Ironheart, before her series premiere for Disney Plus. She is played by Dominique Thorne, and reportedly Winston Duke is going to be playing a bigger role as M'Baku for the film, and he has renegotiated his contract with Marvel Studios to reflect that performance level that he's going to be required to have. And I do want to share, reportedly, Marvel Studios is still not recasting the role of T'Challa for the film. They will be using unused footage and audio from his previous performances for any on-screen performance that we might see in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and he is currently listed as a cast member for the film. So, just understand
Like
that
Carrie Fisher?
very, very similar in that same kind of vein, but they are trying to be as respectful as possible to Chadwick's performance and keep it as genuine as they can. So even though the other actors are going to be stepping up a lot, it definitely delayed a lot because they had to restructure the story to not focus on T'Challa.
I am saying this out loud so everybody hears me. When I am gone, please do not hologram me. I do not want to be a hologram. Please do not age me or young me. I am good.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, there
Let
goes
me
that
go.
idea of replacing Greg with the puppet.
I was just gonna say, Chip.
Oh, no. You
focus
can
on your
puppetize me. I am a puppet. Mark is also a puppet.
I'm a Muppet too. Yeah.
I have hands.
I've met a Muppet.
One of the greatest
Muppet
things
have
you
you
can
met?
do is to get turned into a Muppet. Apparently,
I got to interview Scooter before Muppets
You
Now.
did.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's on our YouTube
The
channel.
video is on YouTube. Guys, go to the Chip and Company YouTube page and search for Caitlyn or Scooter. I think either one, it will pop up, but Caitlyn does interview Scooter and it's brilliant. It's one of my favorite things. I actually got to talk to Kermit at Destination D23
Oh, that's awesome.
and I will just leave it there. And then I became a puppet and then Mark became a puppet. And now we have to figure out how to make Chip our puppet.
No, I'm the puppet master.
Oh, right. You're the reason we're here. Okay, in other Marvel
yep, there
news,
I am.
and did you pull it up? I have to go back and look at it.
Can't see
There
that?
it is. Guys, go over and check
One of my
it out.
very
from
first
Now.
one of my very first interviews with Chip and Co. And I got to interview a Muppet. It was one of the best days.
every once in a while, this job pays off really, really well in unexpected ways. Like interviewing Scooter, I would have. It's a dream.
And it
I'm a
Interviews are a
wasn't
little.
lot
like
of fun. I enjoy them.
it wasn't canned responses either. I mean, he actually talked with you too.
Yeah, he was great. He was very accommodating. He asked before we started if I was okay. It was actually very, very lovely. He was very considerate, so I appreciated it very much.
We live a dream, don't we? Like we truly like. What are you doing tonight? I'm going to go talk about Disney. I'm going to go interview Scooter. Really, really.
Yeah.
Um, in other Marvel news and final news for the evening, um, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is taking over Disney Springs. Um, we were at AMC the other day, and there was Multiverse of Madness everywhere. But in other news, Caitlin, we're hearing rumors about times and stuff.
We are. So, according to a listing via Brazilian ticketer Ingresso, apologies if I pronounced that incorrectly, the rumored runtime for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is going to be 148 minutes. And if this is true, that means that the Doctor Strange sequel will have the exact same runtime as Spider-Man No Way Home of 2 hours and 28 minutes. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is going to premiere exclusively in theaters on May 6th.
Okay, so we did a report a few weeks ago. Actually, no, it may have been when we were off, but I know it hit Chip and Co.'s website about Ben Cumberbatch came out and said that he thinks it's going to be just as big as Spider-Man. Mark, what do you think? Is this going to be as big as Spider-Man?
I don't know as much as I'm always, you know me, I'm a Marvel shill. I'm always enthusiastic about everything, but there's just something about Spider-Man that slaps with people. He's beloved. Not to say that Doctor Strange isn't compelling. I hope that they can bring people out to the box office for this one in droves like they did for Spider-Man, but I don't know if the web slinger can be beaten here.
Caitlin, what's I want a good counterpoint. I want
Hold
your
on.
opinion, honestly.
I need to channel into Cerebro real quick because from my understanding, we are going to be getting a lot of variants. So I am very excited to see what's going on with that. Rumored the cast of Loki is going to be involved in the film as well. We have not seen that anywhere in the trailers. We have definitely learned by now, though, the trailers cannot always be trusted. So, take that with a grain of salt. Some of these rumors about the different castings and the appearances may or may not be true. There's one that I'm very, very excited about that, let's just say I love that Patrick Stewart doesn't have a filter anymore or just doesn't even seem to care. He's just like, oh, yeah, whatever.
That's
Another
Sir
thing too.
Patrick Stewart.
Yes. And I know that we had discussed it last week, I believe, but Empire has confirmed that Doctor Strange is in fact talking to the Illuminati. So that means that we are going to be getting a potential exposure to Mr. Fantastic, to Professor X, all these other great characters, and potentially some variants that might. My hope upon hope is that we might get a variant of Tony Stark in there.
Interesting. So the only reason I think this may be on the same side as Spider-Man is, and it's not a bad thing. Like, look, if you even come close to those numbers, I think more people are readily available to go to the theaters this time. I think it's just more open during these times. I think you're going to see people are really looking for, I was going to say dying to get out, but that was the worst case joke I could have made. So people are ready to get out and have some fun. So I cannot wait to do this. Guys, thank you so much for doing this live again. I love doing this live. I love how we have this interaction. This is what I live for on a daily basis, is being able to come here and talk Disney and Marvel and Star Wars with my friends. So I will say thank you so much to Kaitlyn Hogenkamp. Kaitlyn, where can everybody get you?
Sure. So you guys can find me on Instagram at Kaitlyn Hogenkamp. I also have a shop that I do some Disney themed and inspired items from the different franchises. And you can find that at palette.productions. I'm also on Etsy at Palette Productions US, as in United States. You guys can find I've got all sorts of stuff. Yep, I've got some Kita necklaces that are up there inspired. Kate Bishop, who was just phenomenal in the Hawkeye series, and I can't wait to see how she grows in the MCU as we move forward. And it's I just got to say, it's pretty great that we're starting to see some Young Avengers pop up. But I digress
That
on
Kate
that one.
Bishop shirt is amazing. And then you just did, was it the Atlantis necklace? Is that what that is from?
Yeah, so I've got it right here. Well, I've got one of them right here. So yeah, so it's inspired by the movie Atlantis, which
That's
if we're
brilliant.
looking for live action remakes, that's one I approve of.
Yes.
That is awesome. Marc Valentine, thank you so much for joining us again tonight. I know you are tired. You've been
Thank
scrubbing
you.
your site all day, but
Yes.
thank you for joining us for this fun. DisLifePodcast.com.
That you got it.
There we go.
Good job
Guys,
with this.
Marc Valentine is an amazing person and my friend. So Chip
Hold
Confer,
on,
the
I'm trying
man.
to get his site to pop up.
Yeah, I seem to have lost our mod again who was putting that stuff up. She
I have one
disappeared
more
totally.
thing.
Caitlyn, you have one more thing.
I have one more thing.
What do you have one
Tomorrow
more
is
thing?
the premiere of Moon Knight, and I'm so excited for you guys to see it.
Yes, you have seen it, haven't you?
Not just seen it. I've seen the first 4 episodes. So I can't wait for you guys to catch up. I can't wait to talk about it. I'm so excited.
We
not for children. I'll put that out there. Not
Thank
for
you.
children.
No,
Don't
that's
let
a
your
great.
kids watch it.
Nice.
Not
That
for
is a
children.
great thing to say because with some of the other Marvel stuff, and look, there's been discussions a lot recently about whether Disney should tell parents what they, but that is I will have to watch it myself first before my kids are old enough. They can do whatever they want. But if you have younger kids, watch it first. Then you decide as a parent should. It's up
I'd
to
say
you. It's in your hands.
Especially if you have a child under the age of 16, I highly recommend watching it before you allow them to watch it on their own. It's a lot more in the head, and it's a little more physically involved than a lot of the other shows are. So I would just, like I said, I would just watch it beforehand just to make sure that it's something you would want your kids watching. Because as fun as it is to dress up as a superhero, it's not always glamorous.
So my daughter's 15. Do I need to have a conversation with her first? You're like, no, it's your kid. Nobody needs to talk to her. In fact, she probably needs to sit you down and talk to you like an adult.
Depends on the level of violence you're comfortable with.
I don't mind violence. It's all in fun.
All right,
There's
Marc.
not.
Marc,
this
how
is
you doing, buddy?
unfold.
This is going even further south. Marc Valentine, thank you. Caitlyn, thank you. Chip
No
Confer,
worries.
we can get you at chipandcompany.com. We can get you on YouTube at Chip and Company. We can get you everywhere at Chip and Co. or Chip and Company, somewhere on the web, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Pinterest, on Facebook, on the web, on YouTube, on blah, 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 blah. I can probably list 700 different things. You are the man, the myth, the legend. Chip, speaking of that, we will be making an announcement, and I do believe in your little corner of your screen, you have something that we will be giving away in the next 2 weeks. Yes, he would be a popcorn holder.
Oh, are you
of the
talking about
imaginative
me
kind.
watching the Penguins game while we're?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
That's actually on my screen next to the
Yeah.
camera.
No, behind you on your right-hand shoulder.
Oh, Figment, yes.
Yes, we will be giving away a Figment popcorn bucket over the next 2 weeks. Chip and I will go live and announce the winner on that. Over the next 2 days, you will hear more information about how you can win it, but it's going to come down to being subscribed here on YouTube, leaving comments on YouTube for extra chances. You'll be able to comment into any other video. So if you've already subscribed, you do get a chance to do it just by commenting on any video that we have already up on the website. If you're new, you need to subscribe and then leave a comment somewhere. So guys, we will have a big announcement in the next 2 weeks, giving away one of our Figment popcorn buckets. Carrie Joe, I don't need to see the score. Thank you so much.
The good news is that the giveaway is not a figment of your imagination.
See, oh, look at that.
I need to be a skipper. That's my next job at Disney. I need to be a skipper.
I've always wanted to be a Jungle Cruise skipper. I really have.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm
I'm now.
funny.
Right. So how much do I waste another 3 seconds here? Because I'm trying to go to 1 hour perfectly. So on that note, Mr. Confer.
Does he have the last word?
No, he does not get the last word on this one because he never gets it right in the podcast. So, Marc, you get the last word. Marc,
Yeah,
what
Marc
is
gets
the
the
last
last word.
word?
Figment. It's a good one.
Oh, am I supposed to end it?
I'm done.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.